Welcome to the Sidebar Cantina. Ooh, is this loud? Seems loud to me. Let me turn this down a little bit. The Sidebar Cantina, where we talk about Star Wars, pop culture, annoying Star Wars characters with purple hair, or whatever the fuck we feel like talking about.
Yeah, what is it about Star Wars characters and purple hair?
I don't know. But I'm Mr. Jason Roscom. With me here each and every single week, the crosshair to my hunter, Dave Martin. Hello, Dave.
Hello, Jason.
How are you?
Crosshair to my hunter. It's, crosshair. I'll take that.
Yeah.
At this point, after these couple episodes,
Yeah.
he's kind of, might, spoiler alert, might have a little redemption arc happening.
Yeah. So, well, I guess that brings me right to what are we talking about today?
I mean, obviously the Bad Batch.
Yeah.
Because that's, what you do. Like in the beginning when you're talking about the thing, you're this to that, then it's usually something related.
Yes.
Because that's what happens.
Yes.
Nobody picked up on that.
Yes. So before we get into our semi-annual rant about daylight savings time, should we talk about Patreon first? I'll take that as a yes. We'd like to give a huge shout out to all of our current patrons: Lord Helmet Fire, my wonderful mother-in-law, Patricia Goodstein, Ivo G, Dragon Buddy, Wally Frogmore, Frank Kalevich, Kristen Roscom, Frederick Martin, Don Solsky, Catherine Rennick, David Schmuck, Scott and Kim from the Use and Abuse podcast, Nicholas Schaefer, Nick from Sweet Studios, Shotgun Mark, and our newest patron, General Chinobi.
Woohoo!
Yeah. So if you'd like to consider becoming a supporter, you can find us at patreon.com/the Sidebar Cantina. Thank you again to all of our listeners and supporters. You are the reason why we do this.
General Chinobi.
Yes.
You could have.
Madam Chantal.
You could have.
Chantal.
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 That came out very Chappelle-esque.
Got a lot of things to discuss. Mainly Chantal.
Oh, yes. Speaking of things to discuss, Luna Girl's got nothing, apparently.
That's not what I heard.
Are
your notes blank?
Well, no, it says Luna Girl's got nothing. That's what I'm reading.
Oh.
That's what it says right here. But she wanted me, Dave, to have something to read. So don't forget Pie Day is tomorrow.
Yes.
Celebrate the number that doesn't end while eating your favorite pie.
How do they know it doesn't end? Like, how did they come up with pi? The 3.14, blah, 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 blah. Like, how do they... What generated that? And how do they know it doesn't end?
There's actually, I think there's a documentary or something that I've seen where it talks about how they got to pi.
Okay.
And
is it almost like a limit in what's the one kind of math? Fuck.
And
God damn it. The thing, the kind of math where it's got equations and does stuff, and it'll come to me. Don't mind me.
Jason's having a Dave moment now.
I'm out of it. Forget it.
Theoretical math.
It's calculus.
Calculus. Okay.
Yeah, calculus, how they give you the graphs and there's limits, and the number will keep going to infinity.
Right.
Like it'll never actually end.
Right.
Is that kind of like the same thing with pi?
Because in theory, half of half and half and half and half and half.
Yeah, you can half it forever.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So pi is just, it's not necessarily half, but it's also, going to.
Yeah.
There's a whole thing. We could have a whole fucking show about.
I used to be smart. Believe it or not, I actually used to be really good at math.
Right.
In my youth.
Yeah.
But time has chipped away at my brain cells.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I used to be good at a lot of things. Like my computer used to be, my internal computer used to be strong.
Yeah.
But now it's like a 486 running a fucking, it's a 486 trying to run Windows 11 right now, and it's fucking struggling.
Yeah. It's good times. Good times.
Oh, so I got to finish this read.
Yeah.
Celebrate the number doesn't end while eating your favorite pie. And celebrate Einstein's birthday tomorrow, too. And light a candle for Stephen Hawking, who left this world 5 years ago tomorrow.
Oh, shit.
It's been 5 years already. Wow.
Yeah.
That is all. And trans.
All right.
That's all she had.
Okay.
And we'll have Red 5 News at the end of the show. Wow, somebody's just a spoiler alert for Red 5 news just because I saw it.
Mhm.
So after the weekend, we'll be going live at 2200 Eastern Daylight Time, where R2 and JT will be reviewing the 1953 Disney classic Peter Pan.
Oh.
So sidebar, I watched this weekend as I was finishing up my class, which I'll get to on my week.
Mhm.
I decided to watch the Imagineering documentary that's on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
I don't know if you watched it.
No, I haven't watched it. I know that it's there. I know others.
Yeah. Oh, it's really, really interesting.
Mhm.
Like there's parts where I'm just like, whatever. Okay. You know,
Well, that's the one where they kind of go behind all of the rides and stuff, right?
yeah. Well, it's more about like how it's really about Imagineering. It's about the like basically the shop. Like so
Okay.
what started as, you know, Walt Disney, what do you call it? It was called WED.
Yeah.
You know, for basically stood for his initials, and then it eventually became Imagineering.
Yeah.
But yeah, how they designed like some of the stuff, like the shit with the tiki bar
Yeah.
or
yeah.
the tiki room.
Tiki room.
It's a tiki. Like designing the birds, like, and the mechanics for the birds, like each one of those is like just this, like guys sitting there and they're like, all right, well, fucking put this together with that, and we're gonna string wires from this and put this into the, like everything was a fucking custom job, every single one of those things. And like you think about it after you watch, you know, it's probably like 6 hours worth of shit, right?
Mhm.
And at the end of it, you realize that like everything that fucking is in Disneyland or Disney World or anywhere else, like everything in there is a custom job.
Yeah.
And it's Jurassic Park. Spare no expense,
Oh yeah.
right? Because when they did try to spare the expense, it sucked. Nobody liked it.
Mhm.
Fucking California Adventure, case in point. Like when that first came out,
Yeah, the
like
early rides and attractions in that
Yeah.
were
the
atrocious.
only thing that people liked was Soarin'.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it wasn't until
And I feel like that came later too. Like that wasn't for the launch. I don't think it was.
it wasn't. It
Yeah.
was like it came a couple years into the, but like they completely like got away from, because this was after what's his nuts died, the fucking guy in the ski accident. Anyway, that's a whole nother fucking thing. But yeah, they were going through and looking at some of the stuff, and the 1953 Peter Pan had come on, and they were showing like some of the background, like they were redoing the ride, and just looking at and remembering kind of going through the ride, like, oh man, it really made me want to go to fucking Disney.
Yeah.
It really did. I'm like, God damn, I really want to go to fucking Disney World. I want to go on the Peter Pan ride right now.
Mhm.
Like,
It's good.
It's just because of that. Fucking, I'm gonna get in a car and fly over London, and you know, like I remember looking down and you see this like cityscape underneath you for something that was like a kid's ride. Like they don't.
Yeah. It made a long time ago, but it was
Yeah.
still great, still immersive, still fun.
Yeah, the level of detail they went into, I think, is timeless, and something that we were kind of having a conversation about before the show when Kristen was here, when we were talking about kind of early Star Wars, is this this sensation and this realism. Like I think that's what Disney kind of perfected, is like, okay, this animatronic that's here, like, yeah, it may be a little bit clunky or whatever, but it's definitely tangible. Like that puts you in a moment, that puts you in this reality, and everything they're doing is trying to do that. And it was just fascinating to watch the process.
And it's interesting too because I can juxtapose that with against what they're doing at Universal Studios. Like when we went to Universal last year, like so many of the rides there were like just like 3D rides, like you put the fucking 3D glasses on and it's just a fucking screen and all kinds of stuff happening. And I'm like, this is not nearly as fun as like a Peter Pan ride at Disneyland.
Right.
Yes, it's higher tech, it's newer, but I don't like it. You know? And they had so many 3D rides and it just like, I didn't like any of them really.
Yeah,
The Simpson one was okay, but
yeah, it doesn't. It just, there's just something about like the human brain detects. Sounds like a fucking cowbell. The human brain detects that level of reality, and even if it's not perfect, it still detects it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what something that Disney does really well. And it did. It really made me want to fucking go to Disney.
Yeah.
And I think I saw a debate in there, something about
Oh, I'm sure.
Katy Perry gives me a Sonny Bono.
Who said that? I don't know. And how did Katy Perry come up? In the
I don't
first
know.
place? But I will agree with Dragon Buddy on that.
Yeah. Well, previous iterations of Katy Perry. I
Yeah,
don't know.
she's more machine now than man. Plastic and evil.
Yeah. Anyway, so the Peter Pan movie, the fucking, to get through all that, like, you know, Wendy was, you know, the original Crushes, right? You know, animated Wendy. You know, if we could go through our top 5, you know, animated crushes, but we have to take Jessica Rabbit right off the top.
Yeah, of
just
course.
because the biggest tits in fucking animation, you got to take that right off the top.
But-
because that's an unfair advantage.
But you know who was pretty close and very underrated? April O'Neil in the TMNT
True.
cartoon. She had huge
Oh, man, that'd be
tracts of land.
that'd be a good show topic, I think. just
Which animated characters had the biggest cans?
well, it's a sidebar of the, you know,
How did we get here?
Peter Pan in Red 5 News.
We've officially entered sidebarception.
Yes, we have. Let's move on. Let's move on before Christ.
So you had mentioned earlier the Pacific Daylight Time. So let's just get this conversation out of the way
Yeah.
before we start talking some Star Wars stuff. Because why do we do this to ourselves
I don't
every
know.
year?
I thought we were done. Honestly, I legitimately thought that we were done with it this
Yeah.
calendar year.
Because didn't they pass something like 2 years ago?
Yeah.
That they were gonna nix the fucking thing nationwide, and now all of a sudden it's like, oh no, maybe not.
All right, I'm putting in a Google. When is daylight savings time going away?
Permanently.
All right, so March 15th, 2022, U.S. Senate approves bill to make daylight savings time permanent.
Right. But that was just the Senate.
In the Senate. So, speaking of, I was watching episode 2 while I was waiting for Jason to get home, and I just had it on in here, and god damn it, fucking I was sitting here for 15 minutes. Padme changed outfits fucking 16 times.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It fucking insane. Like, you know, her, you know, going from it started with fucking Padme in bondage. That's where it was paused from when I was watching it yesterday. So
In the black with
yeah,
the-
in her block, it's like, oh, don't look at me, don't look at me, stop objectifying me.
As she's in this
Just because I'm dressed this way does not make me a whore. Okay. Anyway, the U.S. Senate on Tuesday passed legislation that would make daylight savings time permanent in 2020, permanent starting in 2023, ending the twice annual change. Blah blah blah. Senate approved a measure called the Sunshine Protection Act. Fucking
That's
lame.
stupid.
Lame.
Sunshine Protection Act. Fuck you.
Change would not take place until November of 2023.
So we'd fall back and then that would be it?
Yes, I guess so.
I'd be fine with that.
Or we wouldn't do anything at all. It would just, instead of falling back, we'd just be like,
oh, we're normal now. Yeah.
no more of this. All those little fucking things, like all your cars right now that have automatic daylight savings time adjustments. That my car was built in 2020. I guess I thought that we started daylight savings time, like the expanded daylight savings time. I thought that was like in the Bush administration.
Yeah, it was. It was early in the Bush
So
administration.
I don't know why my fucking car clock didn't automatically adjust, even though it was selected.
Really?
It didn't automatically adjust.
Huh.
I was fucking annoyed.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, and fucking all this high tech shit in the fucking car. And it's like, yeah, so fucking.
So would you have to manually adjust it?
I had to manually adjust my fucking car clock.
Oh! I have an automatic timer on my fucking coffee maker. Right? Because I set it to start brewing 10 minutes before I get out of bed in the morning.
Right.
So I wake up, a full pot of coffee is already made.
Right.
This fucking morning, I get up and I go out there and there's no coffee. I'm like, what the fuck? And then I look and the clock says 3:45 instead of 4:45. I'm like, God fucking damn it. Why do we do this to ourselves?
I don't know. It's so dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully, you know what? We should, let's put a pin in this. In November 2023, we should have a send-off party
Oh, I would totally
for
do
daylight
that.
savings time.
Oh, yeah.
And we should have like a period piece of like Ben Franklin should be here. And like we could have a Ben Franklin daylight
we
savings
need
time
to make
pinata.
like a tombstone.
Right.
Oh, I'd rather do a pinata with
Right.
daylight savings time on it and just fucking, fuck you.
Yes. Bam. We'll take our lightsabers and fucking.
All right.
Somebody write that down.
Yeah. Kelly, write that down. Remind us, November, daylight savings time, hopefully. Because again, I don't think it fully passed like the House and presidential signature. So I don't know where the fuck it is right now in all of that.
I don't know. We should still kill it though. We should
I'm
still have a demonstrative fucking let's kill daylight savings time.
I
We should revolt. We should us and our listeners.
just
like-
revolt like we're gonna go by the time, not the fucking change
Right.
time, but we're gonna go by the real time.
We're gonna go
and
by
we're never
the real
gonna
time.
change it.
That's right.
We'll show up to work hour early before everybody else.
Right.
Like I'm on the right time.
That's right. Like it'd be the most Ron Swanson thing ever in the world to fucking do.
It would be good though.
I don't recognize daylight savings time.
Okay, are we done with that?
Dave, if you're reading this, you should pay attention to Jason.
Why?
I don't know.
What did I do? Who said that?
I don't.
I don't know what's going on. I don't have the chat up
That's
right
what
now.
it says. It says, Dave,
Dave-
if you're reading this, you should pay attention to Jason. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. Do I have something on my face?
I don't know. A beard.
Yeah.
I don't know either.
Dave Peace. What the? I don't understand what's going on.
I think they're trying to get away with something in the chat without me fucking seeing it. Is what they're trying to do.
Okay.
What were we doing? Oh, so Helmet Fire fucking texted me and said that Pelosi never brought it before the House. So
That fucking cunt.
apparently that twat wants to fucking have daylight savings time because why? Because was born in fucking 1780 and
Yeah.
needs to have it. Fucking twat waffle.
Anyway, we'll re-engage this conversation in November.
Yep.
But I will just go on record and say fuck daylight savings time,
Fuck daylight savings time.
as we say every year, because I'm all fucked up and I don't need this in my life right now. Okay, this is the last fucking thing I
This
need
is
in my
the
life.
21st century. We have artificial lights.
Yes. And I'll say it, I've said it before and I'll say it again. If you're worried about the kids, because you don't want the kids to go to school in the dark, teach your kids not to play in the fucking road. If they're playing in the fucking road when it's dark, they deserve to get hit by a car. Period.
And it doesn't actually that's not a valid argument. It just isn't.
Well, that's the one thing I would always hear whenever it would be brought up. Oh, the kids. Fuck the kids.
Fuck the kids. Exactly.
I'm the future.
Fuck them kids.
All right. Want to talk about some Star Wars stuff?
Yeah.
So did we talk about the Jedi Survivor delay?
We didn't talk about the delay. No.
Okay, yeah, because it was supposed to be out like this week.
Like this week.
Yeah, like tomorrow, I think. was-
Perfectly timed for when I was done with school.
right. And
no.
yeah, EA announced, I think this was a week or two ago, about
About a week ago.
yes, about how they're delaying it for some last minute touch ups. I don't know. Like what can you really do with a AAA video game like this in 6 weeks?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Just make us wait longer.
Yeah, but the book is out already. That book that came out last week, which it takes place between the two games, that's already out. And then, of course, the game was supposed to drop this week, and now,
Fuck, I should get the book.
yeah. If they do an audiobook with Mark Thompson or somebody doing the read, then I would definitely get into
I
that.
wonder if they're doing an audiobook. Let's see.
Yeah. So yeah, Jedi Survivor got delayed, so we have to wait another month and a half, which is fine. I kind of wanted to play through the original again before.
Yeah, I know that's what
Diving into
everyone
this.
talked about. And
It's just a matter of finding the fucking time.
yeah, dude, you ain't lying.
Yeah. And I picked us a day in Star Wars today.
Yeah.
It's not for this actual day, but later on in the week, March 17th, if I bring it up, Do you know what happened March 17th in 1992?
Bring it up and bring it out. No, what?
Any guesses as to what happened March of 92?
92.
92. We were still in high school. You probably won't guess it, but I just wanted to.
Book came out.
No, John Boyega is born. So Finn is born in 1992, which is weird to think about, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, somebody who was born while we were in high school is like one of the co-stars of a major Star Wars trilogy.
I just watched Force Awakens yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, great movie.
Yeah, I went Return of the Jedi and then Force Awakens.
And it's, you watch Force Awakens and then you see what they did with his character. They did the character of Finn so dirty
I know.
in 8 and 9.
I know. It's a travesty.
Because
it's such a shame.
It started off, he seemed like he was going to be such a pivotal character in this trilogy, right? Because it really did start with him. And they fucking did him dirty. They made him second fiddle to the character that we will not speak of.
Right.
And then in 9, it seemed like they kind of started to redeem him, but he also is just kind of like they forgot about him, and they're like, we'll add these lines. Maybe he's a Force user, and
yeah. Well, at that point it was like it was too late.
yeah,
And it's just yeah. We could talk all night about that.
yeah.
Let's not.
But yeah, in 4 days, happy birthday, John Boyega.
Yes, happy birthday.
92.
92.
All right, I guess I'm supposed to keep the conversation going, right? Okay, day in Star Wars, Jedi Survivor. All right, I guess this is our weeks now, eh?
Yes.
All right.
Well, it's good. And you know what happened? Like, because you brought this semi-annual fuck daylight savings time rant, and you brought it up
yeah.
in order. Like, so we went out of order of the notes. So that's
True.
That's what happened.
Yeah. So Kristen and I saw the new Scream movie this last weekend.
And
as we, I've made it known here on the show before, Scream is like our thing. Our first date, we saw the first Scream movie together. We've seen them all together since. And I really enjoyed the last one, the fifth Scream. It was a nice kind of reboot or requel, as they call it.
Okay.
Not quite a reboot, not quite a sequel. And this one is sort of a continuation of that one. I thought it was good overall. They went in some really neat new directions. At the end of the day, though, I think they kind of dropped the ball on the ending. First of all, I predicted who the killer was right from the start. Well, not right from the start, but
maybe you're just smart.
And I think part of it's just I've gotten cynical. But I predicted a good portion of the ending. But otherwise, it was still well done. Aside the fact that I think the ending was kind of predictable. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was a good movie. They did a lot of new things. It was pretty fucking brutal. Some of the killings in that movie were fucking like, wow, they really went there.
Huh.
So good shit. But yeah, enjoyable overall. I'll just say that. And it made a shitload of money over the weekend too. So speaking of movie tickets, I'm going to skip the Black Series for a second. But speaking of going to the movies, we also have tickets now. I've bought tickets for 2 more movies over the next month. Yeah, in fact, you by yourself are keeping the industry going right now.
It would seem like who else is going into movies?
I don't know. People aren't going to superhero movies right now, that's for sure. But I bought
because they're shit.
Yeah. Well, I bought tickets to the Super Mario Brothers movie for me and the whole family for the weekend that comes out. And I bought tickets in the 4DX theater for the Dungeons and Dragons movie that's coming out.
Nice.
So, yeah, we're going to go see both of those. And I think within a week of each other. So
I'm trying to think what's coming out this year that I would even want to go to the theater for. Because honestly,
you got the new Indiana Jones at some point later this year.
Yes.
Yeah.
John Williams. That is a reason.
Yeah.
That is a reason to go see it. Because how many more John Williams joints are we going to get?
Yeah. I know a lot of people are down on
Jamie Lee Curtis fucking won an Oscar.
I saw that.
For what?
I don't know, some weird fucking movie that I'd never heard of until this morning.
This entire fucking award season, like I am so disconnected with what's going on.
I pay zero attention to that.
Like no fucking clue at all. Like my mother-in-law came down and she said, like, "Oh, Jamie Lee Curtis won an award." I'm like, "What?
Yeah.
For what? She's in movies still?"
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, God, she's been in movies since the fucking 70s, and she's.
Right. And she like thanked her parents.
Are they still alive?
No, God, isn't she like fucking 70?
Probably.
Say that like it's so old. meanwhile we're like, hello, 50, hello.
Yeah, we're
Jesus
getting there quick.
Christ on stilts.
It's not much farther away.
How
did we get here? Oh yeah, movie tickets.
Oh yeah, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so we're
The ADHD is strong with us today.
yeah, so we're seeing the Super Mario Brothers movie, which I'm super excited about. No pun intended. And the Dungeons and Dragons movie. It just looks fun. And
Yeah,
I've been dying to see another movie in the 4DX since we saw the Maverick was the last one that we saw in 4DX, which
I
could not go.
not able to go.
Yeah, but it was fun as hell. I'm looking forward to this one. And after we were done with Scream on Saturday night, the movie theater, the Cinemark over here, is right next to a GameStop. And I'm like, oh, before we go home, can we stop at GameStop real quick? Because I didn't have a Black Series figure for the pod. So,
But he remedied that, ladies and gentlemen.
yes, so that being said, we have an addition to
The sacred Jedi Black Series!
They're everywhere.
yes. So there was the GameStop here is weird too. Like they don't carry much in the way of Black Series figures, and most of the shit I have now, especially after that big Christmas dump I got thrown at me. So it was hard to find anything new. But I did see one thing that was brand new that I'd never seen in there before. I haven't even seen it in any lists, and it's not that special, but it is a Stormtrooper with a bazooka. It is the Rocket Launcher Trooper.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, it's in this newfangled fucking
Yes.
box.
So it's in the new fucking plastic-free boxes. Fuck plastic-free. Fuck the earth. My viewing experience of my Black Series figures is more important than the environment.
Facts.
Yeah. Besides, I heard fish eat the plastic in the ocean, and it's very nutritious for them. That's what somebody told me. Saw that on Fox News, I think.
Plastic free packaging. I bet you people feel so good for them about themselves, right?
Yeah.
They're like, look at us.
It's still gonna end up in the fucking trash.
Yeah,
It's not gonna
because
get recycled.
because people don't recycle.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna stick it in the recycle bin here,
Right.
But I guarantee, how do I know that the fucking local trash people are actually taking it to a recycle center, or they're not just fucking dumping it somewhere?
But there he is.
Yep.
With his bazooka,
Yeah.
and he's got the fucking shoulder.
Yeah. So a little bit different from a standard Stormtrooper, but it was the only new thing that they had at the GameStop.
I kind of want him to stand there the whole episode, just like that. Stand there like that.
Oh, but wait.
At present arms. Go ahead.
We've got something else. So I get home today. You're already here. I got to run into the house real quick, and I go in, and there's a package there for me. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, this is about the size of a Black Series figure. And I open it, and I'm like, what the oh, right. I ordered a Black Series figure last week. I forget these kind of things. I'm sure you've done it, too, with the Pops in the past.
You have no idea.
Where, like, one shows up, I'm like, did I buy this? And then I'm like, wait a minute. Yes, I did.
Yes.
So-
or a pre-order from like suddenly shows up from Entertainment Earth from
Yes.
like a year and a half ago. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, which I think I still have one that I pre-ordered from Amazon months ago that's going to arrive someday.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's just gonna Christmas. Woohoo!
Yeah. Hooray for me. So this one is actually very fitting. It would have been nice if I'd had this last week, but it is IG-11.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
All intact.
Fucking love that character. I love the fact that they're bringing him back. I know it's a little ridiculous, but I don't care because he's awesome. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen Mandalorian.
Yeah. He's got a hole in his head. Like
Is it from when Din shot him in the head? Let me see.
oh, it's clear through. Is there is that
Oh, that is weird.
has he always had that hole? I mean, I'd
I
look.
guess. Yeah, no, because when Din shot him, he shot him through the temple, I think. I don't know. But now I have IG-11. So.
Yes, that's awesome.
Hooray!
Did we show the people?
Yes.
Show the people. So I'd like showing to people too. See, there's a fucking hole.
And he's got plastic, so you can see the figure.
That's right. See, that's the figure. See, you can see him in all his glory.
Yeah, see, I don't know like what's actually in here. It could be like a fucking dildo.
Don't
Think about it. I can open it up and there could just be a dick in there. Like, how do I know? How do I know?
Well, I'm sure that Bronco Fett's in the chat right now going like, well, you would just open it because that's what people do.
Yes. But
And he wouldn't be wrong.
yeah. Someday I will. Again, I've got a plan. But the plan is not to open them now. That's my weekend.
Bye, Rick.
But yeah, that's what I did this week for the most part, I think.
All right.
What about you?
I finished school this week.
Hooray! It's a celebration.
It's a celebration, bitches. Just for this semester. But, so I'm a free man until next semester starts.
Which is when?
When it does.
Have you not?
I
scheduled it yet?
It's going to happen.
Well, obviously.
Rapidly.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have a break.
Okay.
And
good. Well deserved.
Yeah. So yeah, I turned in my last paper, got a decent grade on it. I don't know. It's not that I'm not trying, because I am. I really am. This is fucking hard. It is. It's really, really hard.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just, for whatever reason, I'm shocked at the good grades.
I'm like, oh my God, I actually got an A? Wow.
Yeah. And I know it sounds fucking terrible, and people look at me like, yeah, you've not gotten anything less than an A forever. But
right.
it just feels like when I've turned this stuff in that, like, all right, I think I'm on the target, but I'm not in the 10 ring, you know?
Uh-huh.
Like I'm on the paper.
Right.
Right. So I feel like I'm doing the right thing, but I'm just not. Oh God, I wish. It's the toughest part about doing this remotely. An undergrad degree is just like, all right, you're just checking off these boxes and turn in some garbage and you're fine. This, I feel like they're actually like looking at and like, all right, it has a little bit of weight to it. So like, I just wish I had a little bit more, like somebody sitting there across from me and I could see their body language when they read this shit. Like, well, no, this is crap.
Right.
And I could give it around to people, but not everybody's going to understand what the hell I'm talking about. Because unless you were into biomechanics in a fucking kinesiology class, you wouldn't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Right.
So oh, Rick was saying bye to Joker. All right, sorry. Hi, Rick. It's just weird. So it's weird and it's frustrating because it stresses me out. That's what we were talking about before the show.
Yeah.
And it's stressful because I put a lot of pressure on myself. And I feel like I'm turning in crap, and then I get good grades for it. But yeah, it doesn't. There's never been a point where it's like, oh well, I'm good at this, so I don't have to stress about it. No, every fucking time I'm like, fuck, am I doing this right? Is this the right thing?
Is it one of those like self-loathing things like, oh, I don't deserve an A on this?
No, it's just more that I don't know, deserve isn't the right word. It's more like,
did I really put in the effort to get it?
Did I understand the criteria enough to fucking do this? Because even like with the topics I did single pilot operations, right? Which is really, really tough to do biomechanics and like musculoskeletal disorders and stuff like that on, because it's very right.
But again, this is all shit that that you're familiar with.
I know it. So
like, I think you've just got an advantage over a lot of these other people that maybe have only just been doing this in school and have never actually been out in the real world, fucking flying around the globe dozens of times.
Well, the guy that's grading me is that guy. Like, he's this fucking Chuck Yeager guy who looks like Sam Elliott, and it's just fucking, just makes me try that much harder.
Sure.
Anyway, it's just so I'm so glad this semester's over. The next class is just going to be fucking brutal. It's like all this research analysis and statistics. And so it's gonna be math on top of all the other shit, and then I still got to figure out my fucking thesis and get all that shit done. So
Sounds great.
Stormtrooper with a DD-214. Yes, that would be fantastic.
For what?
Like a Black Series figure.
Oh, well, I mean, they could definitely make clone troopers with DD-214s,
Facts.
as we're going to be talking about later.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I mean, did they actually give him the DD-214, or did they just fucking push him into a hole?
yeah, like just fucking put one in the dome and all right, you're retired.
So, speaking of Star Wars, so I spent a lot of time last week ragging on the N1 Starfighter, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I still, even after rewatching the Mandalorian episode, I'm just like, God damn it! I don't like him flying around in this thing. And then on Amazon, I got hey, you might like this. And it was a Lego N1 Starfighter with Mando and Grogu and fucking old girl with the giant gap in her tooth that I didn't recognize the last time. And I'm like,
We'll talk about that next week when we talk about the next
Right.
Mandalorian episodes.
and I'm like, I have to get it. I have to get it. It's in the pre-order because I know if it runs through like it did with the Razor Crest, and something's gonna happen, and he's gonna fucking someone's gonna explode, and he's like, oh, he's gonna go find another ship. He's actually gonna find an appropriate ship for him, and this won't be a bygone, or maybe he finds a ship that this one fits into, and then he can like go on secret missions in uncharted space. Let's
Oh,
go.
there you
Yeah, that
go.
would be great. I'm all
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, the fucking thing showed up in Lego, so I pre-ordered it. I'm like, God damn it! I fucking hate that vehicle, and yet I'm going to get it for Lego.
Yep. So, sidebar: have you ever heard of Mold King? Legos.
Mold King.
So apparently, Mold King is a Chinese company, Chinese knockoff of Legos.
Okay.
They do a lot of Star Wars stuff.
Okay.
Not officially licensed, but they have a lot of Star Wars stuff that is sold on Amazon, and this shit is huge. Like, for instance, let me share my screen so the folks watching can. What am I doing here? Present. Share screen. Yeah. Why is this so hard? Why is this so hard?
GeForce, I totally agree with you. Din should trade for the Darksaber for Bo's ship.
All right.
100%.
Let me bring this guy over here.
Fuck you.
So you've got the big Star Destroyer, the Super Star Destroyer. Look at the price though, $290. Whereas this thing is 4 feet long, 4 feet long by like 2.5 feet long.
Yeah.
So if this was sold by Lego, be like $1,000 at least.
Right.
So somebody at work was telling me about these, and apparently we have a coworker that bought one, and he loves it. They've got other ones too. Let me pull this one. Or actually, I think I can just click. No, stop it. Oh yeah, there's a good look at it. 1.3 meters long. But it's like a Lego knockoff, but it looks pretty good. They've got that guy. They got regular Star Destroyer. They got that guy.
Now, why is that Star Destroyer like that one's 269? Go back to the fucking that one. Why is that one 420?
I don't know. Maybe they were high when they. Yeah, I don't know.
I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know why that's more expensive than the Executor. It's got to be bigger. It's got to be bigger and more pieces. But anyway, I just thought I'd bring that to your attention. Not that I'm trying to sell you on them, but it does seem like a cost-effective way to get certain ships that you might not normally be able to afford.
Yeah. And you know what? I was in the dollar store the other day, and what was I getting?
Condoms.
From the dollar store?
So funny story. In my youth, when I was first exploring my sexuality and all that, and I had to buy condoms, I buy condoms at a dollar store once.
I don't think it was. I don't think we had a dollar store around us when I was in that age.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
No, what was I going to say? Fuck.
You were at a dollar store, not buying condoms.
Oh, yeah, not buying. No, I was in the dollar store. I was buying. The fact is, I was buying a strainer for sorting Legos. And
Strainer.
yeah, so like when you're like sifting through like a bucket of Legos, you have like a strainer, and then you can
That like stops the big pieces.
Well, no, I'm not actually like straining the Legos. Like I want is just I want something that'll I can look at the Legos and kind of spread them out evenly in,
Okay.
as opposed to like trying to fumble fuck with it. And these plastic strainers that they have in a dollar store are like perfect. They're like the plastic's stiff enough where if you like jam it into a fucking thing full of Legos, it doesn't like collapse or anything. And it's got just the right amount of capacity that you can like kind of like dump it out, and it's only going to take up about this much space.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's a whole thing, man. I have a whole technique. So anyway, I was in there, and they have these knockoff fucking Legos in there, but they have like these really, really cool little, like these little builds that you can do with these fake Legos. And I'm like, part of me is that's really cool for people. Like people that can't afford Legos, get these things.
Yeah.
Because they're cool to build. I mean, you're still going to get the same thing. You're going to get the same like experience out of it, right? Like, build with these bricks, because that's the experience, right?
Yeah.
You know, when Rick and I, Frederick Martin in the chat, Patreon supporter, when him and I were sitting in our grandparents' house on the living room floor, fucking putting Tinker Toys and fucking Lincoln Logs and shit together, we're using those toys in our imagination. Like, it didn't matter what the toy was. Like the same thing with these off-brand Legos. Like, cool, if you can afford that and you can get it for your kid and have that experience, fucking great. Have that affordable experience. That's awesome. Like, I'm not going to sit here and go like, oh, this is a travesty. Like, let Lego fight their own trademark battles. Like,
Right.
that's on them. That's not for me to fight. I'm not going to buy it. Like, I have a commitment to the Lego product.
Sure.
And I am an adult that has the means to fucking buy Legos, and that's what I'm going to do. But if I didn't, and that was a more reasonable option, then I'd fucking do that. But it's cool that exists, but don't worry, Kristen. I'm not going to be buying any of those, mainly because it's not Lego.
Right.
And I do have limits. Even I have limits. Case in point, I fucking went to Goodwill the other day. I was Lego hunting, and they had a bucket of Legos. It was way overpriced. Like,
Yeah, Goodwill does that sometimes.
yeah, it was like they were above market value in my estimation.
Yeah.
And it was like $50, and I looked at it, and I could see there was some good pieces in there. Like, there was some Star Wars stuff in there. There was a couple of minifigures I could see on the top, but they tape over to the top, so you can't like sort through it to see what you're getting. And they tend to hide some Mega Blocks in there too.
Oh yeah.
Which I have to take out and fucking either give to the neighborhood kids or fucking throw away. But $50, that's too much. I'm not paying market value at fucking Goodwill. I'll go to a fucking Lego store and
Oh yeah, for sure.
do that, or not. I have a. It's a little obsessive. So when I finished with my schoolwork and everything, got everything turned in, I took to finish sorting my Legos out. So I have these bins. They're like, like think little toolboxes, like flat toolboxes that kind of open up, and it would have like, remember bench stock, like how bench stock would be in these little bins.
Yeah.
Well, I have inside of those, there's like Legos in those bins, and I have it all
course.
color coded out. So now I have, there's 5 of those. Now I have colored out with those the bigger ones. Then I have a little slidey drawer ones with like hoses and engines and fucking suspension pieces and like wings and things and shit like that.
Where do you store all of this?
It's all like in my little office area
Oh, okay.
downstairs.
Yeah.
And then like the big tote that has all the sets in it, that's put away. Like, cause I'm like the sets are put together. I'm not separating out that stuff. Like this is all like fucking freehand Lego stuff. So I can build other things with it.
Sure. Yeah.
Like I'm building a P-51 right now that I'm piecing all this stuff together with. So as I get more Legos, I'm trying to find Legos to put the pieces towards that P-51 build that I'm doing. And the P-51 will be about like that big.
Okay.
So it should come out cool. Sad Lego fact: Star Wars brick costs more than any other set. I believe it.
Yep.
I totally believe it. I bought a jet fighter one for like $20. Really cool build, over 300 pieces. Ugly. It was ugly as sin. They had like some weird fucking winglets on it. Like,
Yeah.
what? No, it doesn't have winglets. And then I proceeded to it was all blue. It was like blue and orange. So I was like, I don't like the blue and orange. I need it to be gray. I need it to look realistic. So I fucking like reskinned the entire thing to make it look like an F-22, and it came out good. So anyway, I say all that to say this.
Are we still on your week?
It's unhealthy. It's an unhealthy obsession with Legos.
Yeah.
And I'm saying it before my wife gets out of work so she doesn't hear me admit that I said it.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things. It's, we've got to have our obsessions. I got the Black Series figures. You went from Pops, now you're on Legos, and it's we got to have a thing, right?
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
Are you done with your week? Or
I'm done with my week.
All right, so we ready to hop to the main topic then?
I think so.
All right.
I think so.
No pee breaks or anything.
No, we're right in our wheelhouse.
All
We're
right.
right around that 45-minute mark.
So we are talking about 3 episodes of The Bad Batch. The last
Yes.
3 episodes that have aired: episode 10, Retrieval; 11, Metamorphosis; and 12, The Outpost. And so we brought it up at the top of the show. Purple-haired characters in Star Wars don't ever seem to work out.
Facts.
And we were introduced to a new one in episode 10. Now, when last we left the batch, they were on that fucking mine planet. They got their fucking ship stolen.
Right.
They, made their way to this little ghost town that was abandoned. And Sid told them to fuck off. And, that's
basically.
Yeah.
Sid's like, well, if they die, they die. Fuck them.
And that's pretty much where we left off. So now we're back where the batch was. They're in that little fucking skeleton or that ghost town.
Right.
They found some little speeder that they were trying to repair so they could track the fucking ship. Because I'm thinking in the last episode, the person that stole the ship went off world.
Facts.
I didn't think they just just flew it right over there. Yeah.
Right. Fucking,
they're 100 meters that way.
yeah, 300 kilometers over there.
Yeah.
All right, fine. What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
Yeah. So, they're able to track that.
And the kid couldn't fly for shit either.
Oh, yeah. But that's, you know what? If that's the only thing I don't have a complaint about in this episode, especially dealing with that fucking kid, is, they made a point to show that he couldn't fly the thing for shit.
Right.
As he's like coming down onto that landing platform, he's fucking all over the place.
Yeah. So it reminded me of the first time I played that erectile dysfunction game. Elite Dangerous, I think it's called.
Oh, the space game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Elite
ever-
Dangerous.
Right.
Not erectile dysfunction.
It always pops in my head as erectile dysfunction.
Okay.
Anyway.
Very unique game, by the way.
Yeah.
It's fun to play with the joystick and the fucking throttle.
It is interesting. I just couldn't get into it. I couldn't get into it enough to.
There's a lot to it.
Stay into it because I think you'd have to continuously play it.
Yeah.
To really appreciate it, and I just don't have the attention span for that.
Same.
Otherwise, I'd play Old Republic a lot more.
Facts. Also.
Regardless, the flying that for the first few times and trying to get out of this fucking space station, like banging off of shit, like clang, clang, clang. So watching this fucking punk land that thing and still missing in that tight fucking area, still missing all the shit. That's when I was like, fuck you.
Yeah. Well, what I didn't like about that scene was like he parked it into like some fucking like platform that was attached to a door that closed, and it fit perfectly in there. Like this, like it was built for this fucking ship. Because it was the exact size to fit in there so the door could close.
Right, this lazy Susan that's going to come.
Yeah. The
maybe
exact size.
Maybe that landing platform is like, okay, maybe there's a smaller landing platform if it was like a Naboo starfighter or something. It's like, oh, let's open up this lazy Susan so that one gets in there.
All right, I'll give you that one. Maybe they have different size hangers for that. But honestly, I have very few notes for this episode. I'll read you my notes. It's 3 sentences. Benny, Mako, and a waste of 30 minutes of my life. And they'll bring Benny back at some point. But yeah, I hated this episode. I liked when the batch found fucking Benny, the kid, the purple hair kid with the equal sign tattooed on his fucking neck.
Right.
Like, oh, this fucking episode was full of messages, by the way. All kinds of like anti-capitalism shit.
Right.
It's like, okay, I fucking get it, guys. But yeah, I love that the batch were gonna like fuck him up when they found him, regardless of the fact that he was a kid. They're like,
right,
yeah, we're gonna
fuck you, kid. Where's our ship?
Yeah, we're gonna beat the piss out of you if you don't give us our shit. So they seemed like they weren't fucking around with him, and
yeah, as they shouldn't. Like even Omega was like, no, fuck you.
Yeah, because you would kind of think that like she'd kind of gravitate to him. They seemed like the same age.
And she did towards like that bit where the kid's obviously starving,
right?
And they're using food against them. We're like, okay, like again messages, but she at the same time they knew like we're getting our ship and we're getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
like fuck this place.
Yep.
So
yeah, and they really didn't even have much to do with the revelation that the dude was hoarding all the money and not paying the workers.
Didn't give a shit about the mines or anything else. Didn't give a shit about fucking leaving the Lord of the Flies kids to fucking take care of everything else.
Yeah.
Like no,
good luck.
Yeah. So have fun. We're leaving.
Yeah.
And we should really blow this entire place up so you guys don't fucking rat us out.
Right.
Because
just shoot a couple of
some blaster bolts right into the fucking mines.
Yeah, just as they're departing, and just boom,
take the whole place out. That'll end your suffering real quick, won't it? Won't be hungry when you're fucking dead.
Yeah, you'll become one with the earth. But yeah, no, this was
the Force be with you.
This was one of those throwaway episodes. It's just like, and it was a continuation of last episode, which was So
yeah, it was. It's not. It didn't have the payoff for a continuation episode, to be honest. Like, it was okay.
Yeah, and of course they left us with the line. He's like, "Oh, if you ever need a master thief, let me know." So it's like, oh, we're gonna fucking come back to this little shit one of these days, aren't we?
Yeah.
You can always tell when they're gonna bring back a character.
What I am glad is that they didn't because I know when I initially saw this kid, I thought like Ezra. I think I brought it up when we talked about it initially.
Yeah, because he was wearing that helmet.
Right, he had the helmet. The color was just about right. You're trying to make all these associations, and I'm glad it wasn't. I'm glad it was just some rando fucking annoying kid. Again, how the level of realism for a kid like that, just randomly finding a starship, being able to fly it, however poorly, and going back to the perfectly sized fucking door, and then having some fucking warmonger be like, you're still not the best.
Yeah.
Like, that's okay. Fucking.
Yeah, we get it.
Little orphan Annie. Let's just fucking go.
Yeah, we've heard this story before. So yeah, Retrieval's one of those episodes, along with the episode prior to it. You know what? I'll say this. One like story progression that happened in this, I think it was this episode. No, it's the next episode. So it wasn't even in this episode. So fuck it. This episode's trash. Don't watch it if you don't have to.
Yeah. You can move on.
Yeah. But then in the next episode, Metamorphosis, that's when things start to pick up a little bit.
Yeah, so honestly, the next two episodes are where I think the tone of the entire thing has just suddenly just darkened,
Yes.
right? It's like the what am I trying, like, it's like, okay, kids, we just had our last fucking plucky, fun, like, kid high energy music sequence.
Mm-hmm.
From this point forward, a lot of clones are gonna fucking die.
Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna get rid of a lot of fucking clones because we're nearing that point in the timeline where we have to get rid of these fucking characters.
Yeah. Plus, we're getting close to the end of the season.
Yeah.
So, you know, shit's starting to reach a climax here.
So it's a coming, kids. And I'll tell you what, it made me fucking excited. Like, not in a morbid way, but just in a, like, fuck yeah, this is why I'm going to watch these shows. Not just because we do a fucking weekly podcast about it. It's because I want to see what happens with these fucking clones.
Mm-hmm.
And these little episodes like this is why I'm watching this.
Yeah. And this first episode starts off where the ship comes out of hyperspace and it's fucked up as soon as it comes out of hyperspace.
Right.
It's like got like fucking dust and debris coming off of it. Effects wise, it looked fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that's like these next two episodes, I think they're really bringing it with the graphics and everything.
Right. Spare no expense.
Indeed. And it comes out of hyperspace. It's all fucked up. And then we go to inside, and there's a clone commando in there, like a Republic commando. So
right.
I'm sure Bronco Fett got excited when he saw this.
He probably passed out from the erection that he had.
And to be fair, they look pretty fucking sweet in these episodes of Bad Batch. Like,
does.
they really did them well with the clone commandos.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of get taken out like a bunch of bitches originally. But
yes, and I even have a sidebar written in here. I would love to see another side show with, like, based on Republic Commandos. They can rehash the story from the video games.
Do you understand what you just did just now?
What?
Do you understand the door you just opened to Pandora's box?
Oh, I'm sure.
The nonstop, like, the Republic Commando, do it. I'm waiting for it to show up in the chat.
Yeah.
Republic Commando, all caps is what I'm waiting for.
He was in the chat earlier.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a chance for them to retell those stories. And again, these commandos look fucking sweet.
Yeah.
So I'd love to see stories about them. And they could make a new game. They could redo the game.
Yeah.
In today's technology.
I'll tell you that game would do well.
Yeah.
That really would.
Yeah, as an FPS.
Fuck yeah. Because the old game was good.
Yeah, I've tried going back and playing it though. The graphics are pretty subpar these days.
Honestly, the game engine is a little clunky.
Yeah.
Like clunky. It's just clunky for, I don't know, just maybe it's because it's being emulated and we're like trying to play it. Like,
and
even on the Xbox X, it's like just
right, because it was made for the original Xbox and the PS2.
There's some timing there. Like, I was trying to play it a little while back, and there's like some timing things that I wasn't able to get.
Oh.
And for whatever reason, I'm not sure if it was because of the way the game engine was lagging a little bit or whatever, but yeah, fucking reskin that game and fucking make it.
Yeah.
Add it as like Battlefront 3 or add it to Battlefront 2 as something.
There you go.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, make that the single player portion for Battlefront 3, like we got with Iden Versio's story in Battlefront 2. Anyway, so yeah, there's a Republic Commando on that ship. All right, he's there. And he had like a shock stick, but that did him no good because just some unknown creature sucks him up and fucking eats him.
So, all right, spoiler alert. So, unknown creature that eats energy, right? They know this.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm assuming that they don't have energy weapons like blasters because they know that this thing lives off of that energy.
It would
right?
feed off of it, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
So why have fucking shock sticks? Why have plasma-based energy on the end of a stick and think that that's going to work?
Yeah, I don't know. That seems counterintuitive.
It does.
where, you know, you would think that they would have some other kind of technology like
I don't know,
like harpoons and grappling fucking
like
things,
actual
something-
kinetic weapons as opposed to fucking, you know, some energy weapon.
yeah, to like either physically restrain it or like shoot physical bullets through it.
Oh, what is that? Was that a Star Wars thing?
What's that?
No, that was Dune. I'm thinking of Dune. When they the Harkonnens, they fight these battles with like old fashioned kinetic weapons.
Oh.
And they there's no defense against it.
That's coming out this year, isn't it?
Yes.
The Dune sequel?
Yes, that was it. That was
Yeah.
the one.
All right, circling back to that
Yes.
sidebar we had before.
Woo! All right.
Success.
Close that loop, thank God.
Indeed. What the fuck were we talking about? Oh yeah, Republic Commando, kinetic weapons, monster that eats energy.
Right.
We haven't quite gotten to that part though. So this is when fucking homegirl calls the Batch, Sid, and this is what I was trying to say in I thought it was in last episode, but it wasn't. It was in this episode where they're like, God, fuck this bitch. You know, we need to kick this bitch to the curb.
Yeah, we've about had it with this broad.
Yeah. So I'm glad that they're finally seeing that she is not good for them and are ready to like do one last job for her and then be like done.
Because it's gotten to the point where it's like, okay, we don't need the money as much as we need the anonymity at this point. Because now you're running all over the fucking galaxy, which they should have fucking realized. Excuse me, like I don't know, 5-6 missions ago, that showing up places with your fucking clone armor on and your tattooed face and your fucking bandana.
Well, but it's fucking weird because, you know, they've been on the run from the Empire for a while now. And towards the end of this episode, you know, their ship's there when the Empire shows up and they get fucking chased away by those Empire ships. They're like, who was that ship? There was some mysterious ship here. And he's like, you know, Scorch, go figure out who that was here before us.
Right.
And it's like, don't you know their ship? Whatever.
You would think.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm jumping ahead here. So we go to the planet Wayland, which is where I guess the clone scientists are now.
Apparently.
The Empire ones, and also where they delivered Nala Se to at the end of last season, if you remember that.
Yeah.
After they fucking fucked Kamino and they took her and they took her to this planet and they're like, oh, we've got all kinds of work for you to do.
That's right.
So yeah, we go back to that planet and some new doctor arrives, Dr. Royce Hemlock.
Right.
At first, I'm like, is he the guy from Mandalorian? I looked it up. He's not. It's a different doctor.
It's fucking, he's the Silence of the Lambs fucking dude. Like the guy's creepy as shit.
Yes, he is. But they all wear that same uniform, that same like clone uniform that the dude in Mandalorian wears. So yeah, we go there. He shows up and he goes to Nala Se's cell. There, she's being held there, and he's like, "Hey, come work for us. You know, did you change your mind yet? We really could use your help." And she's like, "No, not gonna do it. Like, why would I after you completely destroyed my fucking planet and civilization and all my people?"
Yeah, I have no incentive to fucking help you.
Yeah, so now he's like, okay, well, we're going to find different ways to motivate you then, so to speak.
Like, shit.
Yeah. So
that's ominous.
And then, yeah, that's when we go to the Batch, and Sid gives him the new mission to basically just raid the ship that just fucking crashed. Which, like, she must have... How did she fucking know, like, that quick that this fucking ship crashed? I guess that's the bad intel that they complained about.
Right.
Yeah, she just got, like, a message from one fucking rando somewhere. Hot
Hey.
tip!
Like, hey, there's a fucking cargo ship that crashed.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, go get it.
I guess because people in that city probably called 1-800 fucking come get your shit because it crashed into our fucking town.
Yeah, because there's that village right there.
Right.
And they're like, what is
The
this?
fuck is this? Get your 1-800 Empire. Like carpet guy answers, "Hi, would you like a full room carpet?" Like, no. Who is this? It's Bob. This is Bob from Empire Carpets.
Oh, that would be great if that actually happened. That would be fucking hilarious. So yeah, they get to the ship after they decide, like, all right, we're gonna do this last thing for Sid and then be fucking done with her. Which somehow I doubt that's actually gonna happen.
Fact.
But, we can only hope.
She's
I'm
gonna
really
blackmail him with something.
yeah. I'm getting tired of her fucking character.
Right.
And-
Well,
and
Wanda
that whole-
Sykes has got to come back at some point too. And yeah,
Please
exactly.
God, no.
She's gonna have some terrible accident.
Yeah.
I hope.
Just get decapitated somewhere.
It's like just falls into a fucking tree of spikes.
Anyway, so they get to the ship, they go inside, and Omega immediately recognizes Kaminoan technology inside
Right.
the ship. So
Which
now,
makes sense.
yeah, so now we know that this fucking beast that pops out later was somehow created by the Kaminoans or created by that technology.
Somehow manipulated.
Yeah, exactly. And the beast shows up and he's just fucking everything up.
Yeah, fuck the beast.
Yeah,
I hate it too.
Gets off the ship, and you can tell every time he's like munching on some power cells or something. He's like gets a little bit bigger, and he fucking hauls off to the town, and where he apparently finds their power station.
Right. And this explains too, like it just like inside baseball, I guess the ship's depowered, like everything was powered off.
Oh,
Probably
yeah.
in an attempt by the commandos to like, fuck, this thing needs power, shut everything off. Maybe we can try and quarantine this thing.
Yeah.
And then it just fucks everybody up.
Yep.
So yeah, it was up until the point where Echo turns everything back on and then all hell breaks loose.
Yeah.
But, like
Yeah.
you fucking do.
And that's when he starts chomping on everything. He runs into the town, and after he like chomps on all the power there, he grows into this like fucking Godzilla-sized fucking lizard. And now he's like got ships flying because the Empire shows up, right? They
Right.
got their drop ships, and they're fucking like shooting at it with the fucking little Death Star guns. And he's swatting them off like he's fucking King Kong on the goddamn Empire State Building.
Right. Until they fucking come in there with their fucking midway crane, like,
Yeah.
ooh, I got one.
Yep, bring him back up into the ship. They re-secure him.
It doesn't wiggle or fight at all. It just is like, oh no, it's got me. Damn it. Maybe it'll drop like it does when I put another 50 cents in there.
Yeah. And so, the batch gets chased off.
Fuck,
And
what was I going to look up? Damn it. There was something.
something with the Kaminoan technology?
No, it was before that. And now now it's-
Nalase,
Fuck.
the scientist? Sid?
I'm not 100% sure it was Star Wars related.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Dave.
Anyway, just keep going.
Yeah, and this is the point where the Empire dude there in charge talks to Scorch, RCE-1262, who's that main Republic commando who we've seen a couple of times now.
Right.
And he's like, find out what the fucking who that ship was that was here before us. And they also, all those fucking people in that town who saw the fucking Godzilla monster, they're like, yeah, we're gonna round these.
Round them up.
Yep. And then they're gone.
Don't know
So
what's going to happen to them.
yeah, it's a spoiler alert. It's not gonna be fun.
No. Fish are friends, not food, apparently, except for those people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'm sure they're going to be turned into food.
Probably, or slave labor.
Yeah. Well, probably food, though. Because the thing needs to eat, especially now it's bigger.
That is true.
And it ate all the fucking commandos. And that was actually like, so we kind of glassed over the fact that this episode is fucking, the tone of this episode has this, it's very, very like, I'm not a horror guy, right? So the only things that I only have certain points of reference. It made me think about the original Terminator movie,
Okay.
like that type of tone
Yeah.
where it was like, not horrific horror, but like this level of drama in it. And even like Omega could not elevate that at all. Like, cause she's just terrified. She's like,
Because they're walking down these
ain't
dark
the
hallways,
commandos,
and
right? Like
Yeah.
when she finds out like where all the bodies went, like, oh no, it fucking ate them. She's like, what?
Yeah.
Like the entire thing, it never went up.
yeah,
Like we're keeping the lights, the temperature, the fucking tone, everything about this is going to stay at this dark tone. And it was fucking great because it was suspense the entire time. Now, was it like kind of cheesy sometimes with the fucking Godzilla thing or whatever?
Sure.
But yeah, but that was like, okay, what are we what are we building towards right now?
Yeah,
Like, what is going on?
Yeah, my question is like, what does this fucking beast have to do with any of the cloning shit that they're doing? Because we know they're up to some stuff. Most of it probably having to do with fucking Palpatine himself and the whole recloning of him.
Right.
But at the same time, what does this fucking beast have to do with any of that?
Well, they even like they allude to it later, right? It's when is it Nala Se that actually says like she knows what the Emperor is trying to do.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, because she basically the impression I got was she basically came out and said like, look, I know what he's trying to do. Mm-hmm. Like, and I don't want any part of it.
And something else that they had uncovered when they were on the ship looking through the Camino and technology was that like it was stuff that was ordered by Palpatine before he became Emperor, when he was still Chancellor. So we're going back to pre-Empire orders and things that they were working on.
Right.
So
they're getting into stuff that is like,
well, it all essentially goes back to the contingency plan of
Right.
Palpatine, right?
yeah,
Like making his clones and all of that. It's like, I'm assuming that's where all this is leading to. It's Palpatine's now trying to work on the clones of himself so
Right.
that he can live forever.
right. And how that plays into creating these giant monsters. I mean, I guess how not having giant monsters to fucking try and take out armies of people, I guess, like if you could make it work, then fucking do it.
Well, and that could be like
Do it.
the Operation Cinder, where with Iden Versio's homeworld, they just fucking torch the whole place. Maybe part of that is releasing a bunch of these beasts on another planet that he didn't like.
Right, maybe.
Yeah.
We watched episodes of the Clone Wars. I resent that. Maybe we have to remember the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Maybe we missed something.
Well,
but
what is he referring to exactly?
I don't know. We didn't watch every episode of the Clone Wars.
No, we did not, because some of them were fucking retarded.
Yeah,
And
and we don't have that kind of time.
yeah, exactly. So we got the Cliff's Notes version.
We did.
So, but
The
the end,
short version.
yeah, the end of this episode was where it got really good for me. That's when Lama Su gets brought to the planet Wayland. Now, I was under the assumption that he was fucking dead, because if you remember, this was last season, right? Where they're packing up Camino, they're shipping everything out, and the dude, I think it was that Admiral fucking Rampart, was it Admiral Rampart who was like their main nemesis?
He wasn't an admiral. Like he was kind of a lower level functionary.
Whoever that fucking guy was, like he said, like, I have no more need for you. Sent 2 fucking troopers into Lama Su's room, and the door fucking closed. And I thought you heard blaster fire, so I thought they just fucking executed him. Apparently not. Apparently he's still alive.
Nope, they kept him alive.
So yeah, they brought him to Wayland, and basically to get Nala Se, as opposed to Lama Su, Nala Se to cooperate. Yeah, exactly. And basically he's like, well, there's really only one way to get her to cooperate, and that's through Omega.
Right.
So, and that's kind of where the episode ends, is the fact that he's like, you got to get Omega, you got to get this fucking girl.
Right.
And she's the key to getting her to cooperate.
And then he's like, we need to sit down and talk about some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's obviously now the Kaminoans now the Empire is going to get an idea of what the plan was for the batch.
Yep.
And these kind of,
Oh, yeah.
so now like what the Kaminoans were planning on with the clones and whatever they were trying to advance with, maybe having a traditional.
Well, and we never really got, we still don't know what the whole point of Omega was.
Right.
Because we know she was created special. And again, there's the whole like Force theory and all that. But either way, even if it's not like her as a Force user, that there's something more to her character than, she just happened to be a female clone.
Yeah, she just happens to have the chromosomes that
Yeah.
make her a female.
Yeah, no, there's something more to her and her background. We just have to and Lunar Girl swears up and down that she's going to be Force sensitive. And it could be the case. I don't know.
Whatever.
I don't think we have enough facts to go on yet. So,
Right.
And we deal only in facts here in the Sidebar Cantina.
Right. Only in facts.
Yeah.
No speculation.
Nope.
Whatsoever.
None.
None.
Which, by the way, did you hear about sidebar? What Bob Iger was saying about the release windows for both the Acolyte and Ahsoka?
No.
So he made a comment at some like investor call or some shit a couple days ago about how he's seen a clip of the Acolyte and he can't wait for everybody to see it next year in 2024. So I know a lot of outlets were convinced that it was coming out this year in 23. I never believed that because I think they're still filming it right now.
Right. Yeah, we even talked about that when it was the scuttlebutt. I think when D23 was happening.
And then also talked about Ahsoka coming out in the fall of 23. So, which, you know, we knew Ahsoka was coming out this year for sure because they've been done filming that. But I thought maybe summer. But yeah, it's looking more like the fall
release. Get everybody churched up, ready for fucking Christmas.
Yeah. Throw out a whole bunch of new Black Series figures and Legos.
I'll tell you what, that Imagineering thing, I didn't realize the impact that Bob Iger had outside of, you know, the Star Wars bit,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and how bringing him back into the fold and how important that was for the fucking company. Like, you know, him piecing out and then the fucking everything going like, everything's on fire.
Yeah.
Like, God, you gotta come back. Like, oh, fuck it. All right, I'll come back.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
So anyway,
What?
that's that. Which, by the way, Celebration is in like 3 weeks.
It's a celebration.
Star Wars, just all kinds of sidebars before we get into the last one. Celebration 23. The one that's in London, England.
London, England.
Star Wars Celebration. Just show me the fucking dates.
Show me the dates.
Really, the splash page, the fucking Star Wars Celebration homepage, the official page, no fucking dates on the goddamn front page. Oh, wait, there it is. April 7th to the 10th. It was covered up by a fucking banner I had to X out of. So, yeah, 7th
Or
to the 10th.
scroll up.
Right. So, we're less than a month away from Celebration, which I guarantee we're going to get an Ahsoka trailer.
Yeah.
We're going to get a release date.
Yep.
And maybe some information about the Skeleton Crew, which we still don't know dick about up to this point.
Until you just said it, I forgot it existed.
Right, exactly.
Yes. Like,
Because they've like
Skeleton Crew. Oh, yeah.
it's been made with like zero fanfare. That's
Right.
the thing. Like it's been so low key in like how they're talking about it.
Which I'm fine with, to be honest, because
You're definitely setting the bar low and the expectations low.
That, and I've got a lot of Star Wars to follow right now. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. There's a lot of fucking, you got a lot of plates spinning in Star Wars land right now.
Yeah. Oh, and apparently they've been filming Andor season 2 right now also.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah,
Let's get Andor season 2 out as soon as possible.
Yeah, I want my Bix back.
Did you saw that fucking text I sent you?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I finished.
I'm like, just leave it on the splash page.
Yeah, for the rest of the audience, I was watching Return of the Jedi, and it was, you know, if you're watching Disney Plus, and when it finishes the movie and it goes into the credits, it'll like bring up a splash screen for like, hey, if you like this, then you might want to watch this. And it brought up Andor, but it was like Bix, like it was full frontal, like right up in your face. I'm like, oh, Jason will like this.
Yep.
So I fucking took a picture of it and sent it.
Fucking right. Okay. We ready to get to this next episode?
Yep.
All right. So this is episode 12, The Outpost. This is the one that a lot of people have been talking about since it aired last week, I want to say. And yeah, we're back to Crosshair.
Right.
So we haven't seen him since like the third episode of the season, second or third, and now we're back. And again, it's like every episode he's in is like one of the best episodes of the fucking series, it seems like. And this one to me is no different. And it starts off with he's on Coruscant, just hanging out by a ship, and some clones are walking by him, and they're talking about basically being forced into retirement.
Right.
Yeah. So
Okay, thank you for your service. Like, fuck you.
yeah, but it's it's a continuation of what we saw several episodes ago, where they passed like the Defense Act, and with the conscription of the stormtroopers and the retiring of the fucking clones. So just little bits more of that being thrown at us, and he meets this fucking Lieutenant Nolan. What is with the fucking Empire and all these pissant little fucking lieutenants that they put in charge of these things? This fucking Lieutenant Nolan Oh, he was such a little cock. I'm like,
The fact that they didn't shoot him as soon as they showed up on that outpost, I'm like, they'll never find the body. Just fucking, he went out into the snow and he never came back. So sorry, I don't. We would go out and try and find him, but
yeah. So he's put in charge of this mission with Crosshair, and he's immediately has just all kinds of crazy disdain for the clones. It's like, really, guy? Like, you just have this vendetta against them. You just fucking hate them, and you don't give a flying fuck about them.
like used, like this is all used stuff. So one thing I did notice, it kind of jumped out at me right away. And I don't know if it was meant to, but it certainly did, was the age of the other clones, like that aren't the batch.
Right.
Because the batch obviously are not aging like the rest of the clones.
Right.
And the rest of the clones, maybe because they're aging the way they are, and maybe if you're a lieutenant and you're in charge of a some other group, and you got this old fucking bunch of crusty clones, and maybe it sours your experience. I don't know. Or just he's just some fucking pissant lieutenant.
He was like treating them like they weren't even human, like they were his fucking slaves,
Right?
And like he just didn't give a fuck.
I would bet that lieutenant would do that with anybody, not just the fucking clones.
Probably.
I mean, that's how lieutenants are.
Yeah.
Like some of them just show up with fucking silver spoons in their mouth, and you just have to. You need a good NCO to fucking kick them right in their fucking kneecaps.
Yeah, it's funny that we recognize this, and we're very familiar with this type.
I mean, this is a little over the top, but
Sure.
we've definitely seen this character.
Oh yeah,
100%. Like, oh, look at how shiny these bars are on my sleeve or on my shoulders, and oh, I'm sorry, I've got T-shirts that have more fucking time and service than you have on this earth.
Right.
How about you shut the fuck up, stand there so you don't get killed? How about that?
Yeah.
Stupid fuck.
So they're sent to protect some precious cargo on the planet Martin 4, which is just a
relation. No relation.
Yeah. And it's like a snow planet. So not Hoth though.
Right. I hate the snow.
Yeah.
Gets everywhere.
Yeah. It's cold.
Runs down the crack of your ass.
So they get to the outpost, and all but 3 of the clones that were stationed there are fucking dead. And they meet the main guy, Mayday, and he's a little bit more ragged looking, like you said.
Right.
Got the fucking beard, got kind of longer hair.
Looks like you.
Yeah, sure. He's
Got the gray beard, and he's got the gray beard going.
So he's showing some time on him, and I don't think we saw the other 2 without their helmets on. Oh, speaking of which, too, when fucking that lieutenant walked up to Crosshair in the beginning, when Crosshair is kind of like leaning against the ship, he didn't have his helmet on, and the fucking lieutenant's like, "You're out of uniform," and Crosshair fucking puts his helmet on, and then he carries on with like the instructions and all that. But it's like, ooh,
Like, hang on, I got my uniform right here in my knife pocket. It's just like fucking. Oh, I'm sorry.
oh, I think is this it? Is this my uniform right here?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. Like Bronco Fett said, this is every junior officer you ever interacted with. Like there's just like, I guess it's maybe an inferiority complex because if you have these NCOs that have been around for so long, maybe you have to feel like I'm in charge. Like, but I know they don't teach you that in fucking OCS.
Yeah.
They don't. That's you coming in there with an attitude that you're going to change things, and everyone's got to listen to you.
Right.
And it doesn't work out well. Those are not the officers that do well.
No,
They're
no.
just not.
And spoiler alert, Lieutenant Nolan did not do himself any favors in the end.
He did not.
Yeah.
He
So
did not.
but
He didn't endear himself to the troops here at the end. It's not like he realized the error of his ways. Well, actually, he did realize the error of his ways.
it was a little late.
Yeah, it was a little late.
Yeah.
As he was falling to the ramp.
Yeah. So this guy Mayday, though, that he was talking to, he kind of stood his ground, stood up to the lieutenant a bit, because the lieutenant rolled in like he was fucking hot shit.
Right.
And is like berating him, and is like, "You're fucking in charge of this cargo, and you're a failure because you got your men killed," and
Right.
all this other stuff, because they're protecting the cargo from these local raiders, apparently, who live in the fucking snow planet. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
And they're just randomly storing cargo out in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah, and it's waiting to be transported to Empire Land.
Right.
So
Empire stuff.
Lots of Empire stuff.
Lots of Empire stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, Mayday holds his ground a little bit against this guy, and then they get another insurgent attack. So they attack them. They actually steal some of the fucking cargo boxes, which, by the way, Mayday has mentioned that he has no idea what's in the boxes. That's above his pay grade when Crosshair asked him. So yeah, they try to fight off the insurgents. The two guys are killed. Hex and Veach are killed, but Crosshair and Mayday survive. They try to pursue them, but they can't go too far without enough supplies and everything, so they pull it back. And then, of course, Lieutenant Shithead is like, "You're a fucking failure. You have the two of you by yourselves have to go fucking get it," because they're like, "Hey, we need some supplies. We need more men." He's like, "No, fuck you. All the rest of the men are staying here with me to protect the cargo," and he sends them to go. So all this time, you can kind of see Crosshair the gear slowly turning behind the helmet. It's like, okay, little by little, you think he might be starting to come around, and especially in his conversations with Mayday, as they're like starting to walk, and they're having conversations about like dead weight and if somebody dies on the battlefield, bringing their body back. Where Mayday's like, "Yeah, of course, we gotta bring him back." And
he asked him too, like, what unit were you from? Right, and he said Clone Force 99.
Yep.
Right, and instead of anything else, like he could have, he could have lied.
Right. Or he could have said, he was part of the fucking whatever unit he was, where he was training the new stormtroopers.
Right. But he didn't. He kind of went back to where he really came from.
Yeah.
So you could tell that he was getting back to his roots a little bit, where it's like, fuck, what am I doing here?
Yeah. He's still putting on the rough facade.
Right.
But you can tell it's slowly starting to come.
He's like, that's what she said.
Got him. Hey! Oh God, poor Babu. His fucking neck.
He's just really intently looking at you.
Yeah. Oh God, he is.
He's staring at you.
Oh God.
Staring at you.
It's bad enough I have to look at J-Lo every week. Anyway. So yeah, he sends them back out. We have this whole sequence where fucking Crosshair steps on a landmine, and Mayday's got to like fucking Jimmy rig it and kind of basically disarm it so Crosshair can get off of it without getting his fucking leg blown off.
Right.
And during that whole time, that's when they're having that conversation about bringing bodies back and all that. And so they go through that. They have a shootout with the fucking Raiders. Typical Star Wars pew pew bombs and everything.
Right. Until Crosshair detonates a fucking pile of hand grenades that creates a goddamn landslide that kills everybody.
Right. But before that, they saw what was in the cargo.
Right.
Which was Stormtrooper gear.
Right. It's like they had this fucking gear the whole time and we're wearing this old shit.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Here's the new hotness, and you dirty fucks you sweaties don't get to fucking wear the new shit.
Yep, pretty much. And then the avalanche happens, and they're fucking running away. They're at this point where they're like about to get crushed between the snow and this fucking rock, and Mayday pushes Crosshair. He basically saves him, and then he gets pancaked against the fucking rock. Crosshair gets covered by snow a little bit farther down the line, but is able to like pull himself out. And he goes and he digs up fucking Mayday, and Mayday's, he's doing the classic, "Go on without me. I won't make it.
I'm not going to make it. Just go."
Yeah.
You still watching? Just go on. Oh, he left. Fuck. I didn't mean it. Get back here.
I'm only supposed to say that.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not, that wasn't for real. Come on, get back here. I'm delirious.
Yeah, and this goes back to that conversation that they were having before about like saving the fallen and bringing them back. And this is where Crosshair like starts to have that moment where he's like, "No, I'm gonna fucking save this guy," and he basically carries him the whole fucking way back to the base.
I don't want to be seen as that guy that just leaves the body behind because I don't give a shit. Like, no, I'm not that guy. I'm gonna, this is one of my clone brothers.
Yeah,
I'm going to bring this body back.
Well,
there's any chance of saving him.
Right. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like he's still trying to he's like, I'm not dead
yet.
But yeah, because he thinks
I'm getting better.
he thinks he could still be saved. So at some point too during this journey, we skipped over it, but there are these ice vultures that are flying over, and they
Right.
have this whole Mayday has this whole monologue about them, how they're vicious, but they're survivors,
Right.
they find a way to adapt and survive in their environment and all that, which is apparently some sort of allegory to Crosshair himself, because when he gets back to the fucking base, he's still fucking dragging the guy. Like 2 days later, back to the base, fucking Lieutenant asshole runs up to him. He's like, "Where the fuck have you been?" And Crosshair's like, "Duh, dude's dying. Get some medical attention." And Lieutenant's like, "No." Tells the stormtroopers that were there that all ran up, like, "Get back to the fucking cargo loading." And he tells Crosshair, "You get back to fucking work." And he just leaves him there. And Crosshair's like, "Oh, you could still save him." And he's like, "Nope, don't give a shit."
Right. He's served his purpose.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
And then fucking, yeah, he just dies right there on the fucking ramp. Just,
Yep.
and the lieutenant just don't give a fuck. He's like, "Get back to work." Turns around and boom.
Yep. Crosshair, he's walking away, and Crosshair's just kind of standing there, and he's like, "Lieutenant," and it fucking turns around and
Yeah.
right in the fucking chest
Yep.
with a single shot, and then Crosshair passes out.
Yeah. But
Fucking perfect.
killed that fucking lieutenant. Just, that was satisfying.
It was satisfying.
And that was what you assume is the turn of Crosshair to back to the good side.
Yeah.
However, unfortunately for him, he
He
didn't.
didn't die.
Right.
Like, as much as he wanted to be dead, he
Uh-huh.
did not die.
Yeah.
I have a feeling he's going to wish he was dead.
Yeah. So he passes out and then he wakes up back on fucking Wayland. Well, I'm assuming it's Wayland, where all the fucking clone doctors are, and that
Right.
one clone bitch that we saw fucking last episode.
All right. I'm going to throw this out there and
Okay.
completely tell me I'm wrong.
Okay.
Did she sound a little bit like Omega?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Like, I thought that because for 2 episodes she was in the last episode and this
Right.
one. Every time she talked, she had that thick fucking Kiwi accent.
Okay.
And I'm
so
like-
I'm not crazy.
Yeah, no. I'm
All
like,
right.
was it the same girl that did the voice?
I don't know. We
I'm
need to
thinking,
look that
and okay, yeah, let's do this because yeah. Bad Batch. The chick's name was the doctor. I believe it was Scalder.
Scully?
Nah, Scalder.
Scully and Mulder? Is that like a combination of that name?
Oh,
Like the
probably.
X-Files?
Yeah, that would make sense.
We're on to you. Mm-hmm. Got you figured out. Brady thought the same shit.
Maybe. Yeah, no, I heard the voice and I'm like, yeah, that sounds just like what's her nuts.
And the way that and it's one of those things where you're like, I hear this, and then at the end of that shot before Crosshair passes back out, the way it was kind of focused on her face, like that darkness of the skin tone seemed like it was Omega's too. So I'm like, what are they trying to insinuate here?
Yeah.
Like I don't understand. So
Okay, so I think she might have been Emery Carr, and that character was voiced by a different person who's not Omega.
not the same.
Yeah,
So yeah, I don't know, man.
it did seem odd, and it seemed like very familiar.
All right, so it wasn't just me then.
Yeah.
like I wasn't hearing things, and I'm not one to, regardless of the fact that we do a fucking weekly Star Wars podcast, I'm not trying to dig into all of the comicbook.com fucking ridiculousness that tends to happen. I want to have things kind of show up naturally,
Sure. Yeah.
just because.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I'm just really quick looking at the guy who did the voice of the lieutenant, and he's done a shitload of video games. Like, that's like his whole fucking resume is just all kinds of video games. This is like the first movie or anything that he's done. So that's all. Anyway, so yeah, so she's fucking standing over Crosshair, just like injecting him with shit, and we got to do this. All right, well, all right, we'll get back to the last scene in this after we take a very quick break because somebody has got to pee. So we'll be back very quickly after this word from our sponsors. Yeah. I tried. Like, I tried to get us through it. But anyway, this would be a good time for me to take some happy pills. I should only take one, though. I've been taking more than the prescribed amount lately. But it's better than the alternative. Oh, I don't know if you guys can see this on the video. You see that canvas over there? See on the... Right there? Kristen got me that. I'm going to stand up and actually pick it up. But yeah, Kristen got me that for Christmas this year. Let's see if we can get it without the glare. Yeah, so it's like a canvas done in that style with the swirly stuff, but it's Coruscant with Death Star 2 in the background there. It's pretty cool. There's an X-Wing too. But yeah, it's pretty sweet. There.
Oh, you're finally showing it?
Yeah. It's actually supposed to go into my work. I'm gonna hang it up at my desk.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It is awesome.
All right. I feel better now.
All right. Then let's keep this party rolling and give us a countdown. And we're back. So, to finish up this episode, Crosshair wakes up on the fucking operating table. This bitch is injecting him with shit. And she basically tells him, like, if you're going to live, and if you cooperate, you know, you might live even longer. So, right. And that's kind of where it ended. And my theory at this point is that they're probably going to try to use him to grab Omega, because at the end of the last episode, they're like, Omega is the key to get this fucking Kamino in to cooperate. So that's where I'm thinking this is all going. Now they're going to send Crosshair out to capture her, but maybe he won't cooperate. Who knows? But
do you think they let him out?
I don't know.
Even after all that, I mean,
what else could he possibly do for them? Like, how else can he cooperate to help them
he's
out?
already, like, so they know he's genetically different.
Yeah.
Right? Than the other clones, even from the other Clone Force guys.
Sure.
Right? So I don't know. I feel like they keep him there just for specimen purposes. Although it looked like they were rolling in front of the same machine that they had for when they were putting the chip in them before.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure.
Anyway, so yeah, that's where this episode ended. Great episode though. Loved seeing the turn of Crosshair. It's been a long time coming, and when he shot that lieutenant, that was so fucking satisfying. It's that was a good moment.
Fuck your couch.
Yep, and like you were saying at the top of the show, the tone is getting very dark, and I think we have 4 episodes left. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, we got 4 episodes left, which we'll be talking about most likely the week of April 3rd. Probably not on April 3rd, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So, anything else on these 3 episodes?
Oh, yeah, I was supposed to be thinking about that, wasn't I?
What? Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, we got time. It's weeks away, so we can figure it out. But yeah, anything on these 3 episodes?
No, other than the tone, the voice
of the clone doctor.
Yeah, that was the kind of the big one for me, is like, what are they implying?
Yeah. Cuz God, the voice was so similar. Even if it is a different actress, very very similar in that.
I feel like the way that
New Zealand accent.
I feel like the way the camera lingered like that, or the camera, but
no, we know what you mean.
Yeah, I mean, could they re-chip him, Isaac? I don't know. He already fucking got past the chip once. Is it?
Yeah.
Like, oh, hey, we're version 2.0 is obviously going to be better because, that always works out.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, it's a possibility.
Fucking Windows 98.
Right.
Get Bill Gates in here.
Yeah. So,
It'll be an interesting close to the season, and I hope that they don't do a fucking the lesbian fucking thing at at the end of the what was it, Rebels? It was an extra Clone Wars season.
yeah, the last season of Clone Wars.
Right, and they had that extra kind of like, oh, here's some throwaway stuff, even though
Yeah.
we're teasing an extra season.
Right.
It's like, I hope they don't throw some shit like that into these last 4.
It's always possible, but hopefully
you,
not.
You got this like darkness.
Yeah, and we're building. It feels like we're really building to a meaningful
let's
finale.
keep that going.
Yeah.
So let's keep doing that.
Do it, Dave.
Do it.
Not you, Dave, but Dave Filoni,
Do it.
who's in charge of the whole animated stuff. So, all right, before we get into Miss Lopez's bit, I'm assuming she's joining us today. Next week, we're covering 2 episodes of Mandalorian, chapters 18 and 19.
Yes.
So, we've already seen 18. 19 comes out in 2 days. Exciting stuff. And without further ado, Miss Lopez.
Yeah.
Are you almost ready?
I don't know.
No. Are you having problems with your makeup chair, or like what's going on?
A little gun shy today.
Why? Well, you got like a zit or something? Oh, hey, there she is.
I don't know. It was a scary. It's the scary Bad Batch.
Oh,
Monsters and getting eaten
and that scared you, huh?
and yeah,
Oh, okay.
scary monsters.
I thought you were more hardcore. You're Jenny from the Hood.
No, that's Jenny from the block.
Oh, sorry, my mistake.
The block, not the hood.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm really from the hood.
Yeah.
I'm from the hood, G.
Okay. Well, either way,
G unit.
perfect. So you got anything for us before you get into the reads?
I don't know.
You don't-
I'm singularly unprepared today.
Yeah. Dave's like that all the time. So
I know.
I'm used to it.
I know, it's fucking ridiculous.
Did you see Babu? He's like staring straight at me.
He is.
Yeah,
It's creepy, isn't it?
indeed.
You know what he needs?
A neck?
Googly eyes.
Oh, that would be funny.
We need googly eyes on him. We'll do that.
We've got plenty of spares.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Oh, man.
They're all over the floor over here.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Yeah. It's a mess.
Yeah. So anyway, you got some Red 5 news
I'm
for
going
us?
to read the Red 5 News.
All right, let's do it.
Following our podcast.
Yeah, speaking to the mic.
Why am I imitating myself? Following the podcast. Can you even see me? Hello?
I can see you.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Following our podcast after a weekend, we'll be going live at 2200 Eastern Daylight Time, where R2 and JT will be reviewing the 1953 Disney classic, Peter Pan.
Weren't we just talking about Peter Pan?
Yeah, did you see the Imagineering thing?
I think I've seen parts of that, but I haven't seen all of it.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah. So I've heard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wendy's cute.
Okay.
Like me some Wendy.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, why not?
No, I guess if you swing that way, then.
Oh, well, you know.
Anyway, carry on.
Chicks dig Wendy.
Okay.
Do you know that Peter Pan? Have you ever seen that Peter Pan with Margaret Martin as? Oh, was it Margaret Martin? Yeah, I think it was Margaret Martin as Peter Pan.
No.
When Peter Pan has been a stage show, it's traditionally been played by a woman.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, look it up.
Yeah, I'll do that later.
Yeah, no, do it right now. Because I need to verify it was Margaret Martin. Otherwise, it's I'm gonna have to stop, and then I'm gonna have to look it up.
Peter Pan, Mary Martin
Mary Martin, I guess.
in a 1960 film.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, there it is. Mary Martin as Peter Pan.
I know all the words to all the songs in that.
Do you?
Yeah.
Would you like to sing something for us?
There's a thing in there that we're talking to Tiger Lily.
Uh-huh.
I'll send for Tiger Lily and I'll send for Peter Pan. I'll send for Willie Dilly. Beat on the drum, dun, 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 and I will come. Dun, dun, dun. You know you really got a friend, yes sir. I'll be true like brothers to the end.
That was great. Good job.
Yeah, the show was like, they filmed it, the stage production, but it was like on television.
Right.
Yeah.
They've done that before with other like plays.
Yeah, it was
Turn them into movies.
we had that on VHS when
Oh,
I
yeah?
was when I was on the block.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So we watched it a lot.
Okay.
Says a lot about what's wrong with me, I think. You know, this Friday is St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, you know what that means?
A bunch of white girls getting drunk.
Amateur hour.
Yeah. Ah, nice.
Yeah. Anyway, Peter Pan. Yeah. Do it.
Yeah, for sure.
The Red 5 Network has 29.
3 weeks later.
Whoops.
I'm 37?
The nighttime is the right time. The nighttime is the right time. I thought you switched that.
I switched it over for the Colt 45, and then I forgot
It's
to
a
switch it back.
dynamite taste.
Yeah.
I'm so glad we did this. Yeah, fuck the sun. I hate it too.
Yeah.
29 active podcasts.
I'm 37?
Plus 8 and 6 archived pods for a grand total of 36 podcasts.
I'm 37?
Plus 1. See? Math.
So they got to add another fucking show.
No.
They got to keep it
I
at the
don't think-
fucking 37. Kelly, talk to fucking the guy,
Row.
and get another show on there and keep it at 37.
Just
I'm 37?
in a row.
Yep.
I need the stool or something to sit on.
Boy, first we had to get you a mic, and now we got to get you a stool.
It's exhausting being me.
Yeah, I bet.
Check out the new and improved bio.link/red5. That's bio.link/red5. Cinco. So browse this amazing lineup and click on a podcast for where to find them.
Did anybody harass Red Cinco on social media last week to get him to turn over the name to us?
Well, I know that I didn't.
Yeah.
I probably should have, but I was busy.
Yeah, same.
Click on a podcast for where
Did you lose
to
your spot?
find them. Yes. Every time. Luna Girl once again updated it today and added all of our podcasting icons to the page.
Ah, very nice.
Ooh. She said it also turns pretty colors. Oh, that's nice. It's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Is it green for St. Patty's Day? I bet you it's green for St. Patty's Day. Amateur hour.
Yeah.
So please check it out to make her happy. Yes, do it. Do it. There's something for everyone in Red 5 Network. Cantina Family Happenings. Use and Abuse will be kicking off their March Music Madness tomorrow by discussing Elton John. I almost said Elton John Join, because Join was the next, but there's a period there.
Okay.
Reading is fundamental.
For sure.
Join Scott, Kim, and Nicole at 2000, 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on the YouTube. I need to move this up. So I wonder if I, move away, if I get...
Oh, wait, look at that. It works.
I get louder. There was
Technology, Now, Dave needs to learn that because he gets away from his mic all the time. And
Dave doesn't. Dave forgets that there's a microphone. And
yeah.
a
Well,
camera.
the conversation just flows sometimes.
Yeah,
and
you
it's-
just, you go, you scratch your nuts, and you keep moving on.
Mm-hmm.
You cock and balls.
Yeah. There's been so many times I've almost picked my nose live on the air just because I forget that we're like in
I'm
front of.
so glad that you don't pick your nose.
Yeah.
I am so glad you remember. I need to have you know what? You need a stick. You need a stick to, if he looks like he's going to pick his nose,
Like whack me.
just to take the lightsaber and, and
Oh.
fucking take care of that.
There you go.
Where was I? ATSW The Escape Pod returns on Wednesday with What's Up apostrophe.
Huh?
What?
What?
What's Up apostrophe. Join Brady, Don, and DB in their live chats 1905, 705 Eastern Daylight Time on YouTube. What the fuck is that?
Yeah. Was that supposed to be like a question mark and they just hit the wrong key?
What's up apostrophe? No, it's spelled out. Apostrophe.
Well, that really doesn't make any sense then.
Right. I've never. So they're gone for like a month. They're on vacation for like a month.
Yep.
And then they come back with some shit we've never heard of before.
Right.
Tune in, folks. It's going to be great. We love you guys. We kid because we love you.
Right.
Wednesday at 1905.
Oh, and by the way, Brady, go Raiders! Yay, Jimmy G!
Yeah, enjoy it, pretty boy. Dude's going to be laying so much pipe in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be stupid.
Yeah.
He's so stupid.
Probably the only successful thing he's going to do out there.
Yeah, impregnate a bunch of whores.
There's a lot of them
Is
in
he
Vegas.
not married?
I don't think so.
I guess if you're a player,
Yeah.
he's probably gay.
You know what? That's quite a possibility.
But you know they have that there too.
Oh, I'm sure.
Could still be laying lots of pipe
Yeah.
and taking the pipe too. Hey Jason, remember last week when we were like,
Oh, yes.
speaking of taking the pipe,
Yeah. You deep throating the mic.
you know, all about that.
Yep. Though I haven't seen Chantal in the chat, so she's not here.
Oh, she must be busy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just grab this.
Oh my god. Are you okay?
Yeah, I just you know,
Did that hurt?
no, it's
Okay.
just I have a flip top head.
Okay. I didn't realize your jaw could bend like
Oh,
that.
yeah,
Oh.
I'm more advanced than you are.
I think I'm just losing my mind. I'm concerned about the hand puppet's jaw.
Sweet Studios is wheezing from all the dust he's working on.
Is he still alive? I haven't seen or heard from him in a while.
I message him regularly.
Okay.
Go follow Sweet Studios on the socials for his updates on his latest project. So, wheezing from all the dust he's working on. So, I think that's an illusion or allegory or something.
To what he's working on next?
Yeah,
Okay.
it must be. So, stay tuned.
Mm-hmm.
Just like Aaron Rodgers. Stay tuned. What a fucking tool, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, he tells everybody like, "Oh, hey, just stay tuned. I'm gonna make a decision soon. And everyone, look at me. I'm so
Yeah.
important." Yeah, you're a fucking tool, dude. Why don't you go back in your dark room? Fucking idiot.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a Hall of Fame quarterback, but you know, if it was my fan base, I'd run him out of town.
Yeah.
I'm just about tired of his bullshit.
I think the Niners should sign him for 1 year.
Why?
Well, because
You
they.
really want that fucking nonsense in your town?
Well, I mean, we've got the tools that the Packers lacked last year.
Tool. Yeah, you'd
Yeah.
be signing a big tool.
Yeah. He could thrive in that system.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, fucking
He has one bad game and he starts pouting. And he goes on the Pat McAfee show and he's all like, "Yeah, well, San Francisco's just the worst team ever. I don't know why he even did this. I'm going to retire now." Brr, 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 brr.
yeah, I think that's exactly how he sounded. But anyway, moving on from football.
It's tiring being me.
Oh, I bet. For so many reasons.
The Orange and Fed Show released episode 69.
I'm 37?
It's not even close.
Nice.
Nice. 69 Close Encounters of a Third Kind.
Oh, they could have done like a porno or something. Or at least like Showgirls for episode 69.
It's Bronco Fit.
Oh, that's true. They're nice folk out there.
Yes, they're good. They're good, wholesome people.
Yeah.
Not like us.
Yeah. I don't even know why he watches this, honestly.
Why? Because this is his outlet for all the
Yeah.
all the demon work. Let's us do it in front of him. Yeah, talking hand puppet, deep throating a microphone. Yeah, I'll watch that. Anyway, yeah, great promo for your show. Sorry.
Oh, and they're also doing Contact, he just mentioned in the chat.
fucking sweet. I love that movie.
Yeah, I think that's very underrated. I know a lot
Yeah.
of people bitched about it, but I thought it was a fantastic
You know,
movie.
having read the book, because I'm well read, Jason.
Oh, I believe
Yeah,
it.
these googly eyes aren't just for fucking shaking. I do some reading too,
Yeah, you had to do something while you were in the hood.
right? No, in the block.
Oh,
Jason,
sorry,
in
my
the block.
mistake. Yeah.
The block. See, the block. Yeah, Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Good soundtrack.
Do 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 do.
Do you know who did the soundtrack?
Fucking John Williams.
Yeah.
Come on.
Uh,
Come on, buddy.
Come on.
Come on, buddy. Come on,
Yeah.
buddy.
Are you okay? Is your voice all right?
You know, I'm trying to do my Dave Chappelle. And
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, that came out weird.
Come on, buddy.
I think you should stick to some other people.
do my Dave impression.
Yeah,
Do my doing Dave Chappelle impression.
something like that. Yeah,
It's a celebration.
that's good.
I don't know. Follow Orange and Fetch Show. You can find it on YouTube, Spotify, and follow them on Instagram for updates. The Close Encounters and the Contact one. Those will be good. Layman's Terms released Manscaped Friday over the weekend. Ooh.
So like shave his balls on air or
Oh
something.
yeah, smooth like eggs.
Get them
Speaking-
shits waxed.
Speaking of Chappelle,
Yeah.
watch him shave his beard right before your very eyes.
Does that count as manscaping?
I mean,
Trimming your beard?
um,
I assumed it always meant in the lower
the
regions.
nether regions,
Yeah.
your balls,
Uh-huh.
your balls.
Yeah, well, and your pubes.
Shaving your balls.
Yeah.
Your ball sack. Shaving your ball sack.
You don't have to sing about it.
Layman's Terms. We're shaving a ball sack this week. And then doing it live. Shaving a ball sack.
He should use that as his intro music.
Shave the ball sack. Layman's Terms. Your source of... your primary source of ignorance and drunken banter and balls that are smooth like eggs.
Oh, that was good.
You can find us at the Sidebar Cantina. No, read. bio.link/the Sidebar Cantina, where you can find our links to YouTube, audio, Patreon, our latest Spotify music mixtape, and all social media platforms, including Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, Discord, and TikTok. You know what I was stuck on this weekend,
What's that?
music-wise? Led Zeppelin.
Really?
Yeah.
Any particular song or just them in general?
You know what it was? I saw on the Facebook there was a thing with the Led Zeppelin fucking honors something or other, and they were doing I think they were doing Stairway,
Okay.
and I just saw like 10 seconds of it. I'm like, oh, Stairway, I'm gonna listen to that. So I put that on, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna listen to all of it. So I put like all 5 albums, 6 albums
Damn.
in a playlist and just fucking went at it.
Sweet.
Yeah.
My favorite song is Kashmir by far.
Yeah, it's a great track.
Yeah.
That's off of the fucking
It's like 3, I think. Led Zeppelin.
no, I thought it was on the
I don't know.
the
It's-
one with the fucking graffiti.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not that familiar with Led Zeppelin, but I know that Kashmir is like one of my favorite songs.
Yeah. Black Dog is good. There's so many good tracks.
Yeah.
What was I talking about? Oh, us.
Us. Yeah.
Yeah, our music mixtape, because we do music shit too, and social media platforms, including Twitter, Instagram, page. Blah, blah, blah. I already
Physical
did that.
graffiti.
Physical graffiti. There you go.
Yep.
What'd I say?
Something about graffiti.
Ah, see, I got part of it.
Yep, you're right.
I is smart.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just pretty hair and googly eyes. Also, in our bio link is our T Public merch shop. We have F Cancer, Jason Rose Designs, our super sexy Twi'lek, Sidebar Chick, our beloved Hennifer, that's me, our our classic Sidebar Cantina logo, 2 throwback designs from a Gen X point of view. There are t-shirts, hoodies, tote bags, phone cases, exclusive stickers and pins, wall art, magnets, notebooks, laptop cases, pillows.
You had to look straight at me when you did that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's that pillow holding up?
I actually haven't seen the pillow in quite some time. So
Really?
yeah, I don't know where it is.
You got it turned over? Do you like rotate it?
I'm not answering that
That way
question.
it's not like maybe you just fold it in half.
I refuse to answer any questions about the pillow.
It's got to be a good pillow because he hides from it all the time. So it's got to be like, hey, buy this pillow. It's one of the best fuck pillows you're ever gonna buy.
They are very soft. I'll give them that.
It's soft. It's so soft. Because he has to wash it frequently with fabric softener because it's fucking. Otherwise, it'd have dried fucking cum on it all the time.
Really?
Yeah. It would. It would get all sticky.
I'm not,
And then get hard and crunchy.
not acknowledging. Not acknowledging.
Uh-huh. Hey, Jason.
Hmm?
Fuck pillow. So, just about anything you can imagine. Make sure you tag us on the socials to show off that fine, sweet ass merch and your fuck pillow. Just make sure it's clean, please. Ouch!
And I guess Luna Girl did not get any pictures of people sticking their dick into pillows last week.
Oh, thank the maker.
Like she was afraid that was going to happen.
Oh, thank the maker.
Yeah.
Did you get any pictures at all?
I don't know.
How about reviews?
We got no reviews.
Motherfuckers.
Yep.
There's going to be...
Oh, go ahead.
No, you.
Well, I was going to say I went on and I gave a 5-star review to Why So Sidious.
Oh, yeah, good.
Yeah, so hopefully they're going to be returning the favor.
Yeah,
soon.
that'd be nice. Didn't
Yeah, I
they
mean,
al-
Caleb's probably already left us a review.
yeah,
I'm pretty sure he
I
has.
feel like they already did.
But maybe his partners in crime need to.
Wow, or their listeners, if they're
yeah.
listening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we told people to go find their podcast and download it and review it. So
In fairness, we were tagged in one of their posts.
I did see that, yeah.
Yeah. Probably should have acknowledged that in the beginning.
I blame Luna Girl for that.
Thank you for tagging us, Was Those Idiots, in the post, or tagging Dave and Jason anyway.
Yeah.
Even though I'm the real star here, but I don't have my own social media presence, so somebody has to remedy that.
Yeah.
All right, so no reviews. Sad face.
Yeah.
Sad Jennifer Lopez. I should just refer to myself in the third person.
Yeah.
Jennifer doesn't like that.
People do that.
Jennifer says that's not good.
Right.
Jennifer said, fuck, what kind of psychosis? It's like, what kind of psychosis is like, all right, I'm going to do this. How do puppeteers not have fucking some sort of,
Oh, they might all be insane.
oh,
For all
they
we
have
know.
to be.
Yeah.
This is fucking crazy.
Yeah, like they
It's a completely different thought pattern.
it's a completely different person.
It's
That-
not-
right? It's like, they're like the guy that does the old grumpy guy, the one that everybody fucking loves. That's got the puppet of the old grumpy guy. It's the same guy that does Ahmed.
Oh, you're
the dead
talking about
terrorist.
Jeff Dunham.
Yeah, that guy's probably fucking insane.
Oh, he's got to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I believe it.
Yeah, he's the worst ventriloquist ever, though.
Well, yeah, I mean, his quality is, maybe a little sketch, but I'm just saying, like,
I mean, it's funny. Don't get me wrong.
because, I mean, again, all of these characters have their own very different, distinct personalities.
Right. Which means,
He's probably got all those personalities in his head.
right,
Which probably isn't good.
it's
your-
not.
For your overall.
Take my word for it.
Yeah.
It's not a good, it's not good. It's not good, people.
Yeah.
Anyway, Oh, what was I saying?
You were talking about us. Reviews, no reviews.
No reviews. No, Luna Girl still has these nifty Star Wars Valentines because she loves you. You know, it doesn't have to just be Valentine's Day to get a Valentine. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, Valentine's Day is made up anyway.
Right. So you can do it whenever.
Yeah.
Give Valentine's Days out for St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, you might as well.
Yeah. Get drunk.
You could do that.
Just give out Valentine's and be drunk and be like, oh, no, sorry, I've been drinking since Valentine's Day. And here's your card. She'll throw in a super cool Star Wars tattoo as well.
Ah.
Don't have an Apple account or Facebook. Oh, I forgot. We're talking about reviews. I kind of went on a sidebar
Well,
there.
we had none, so.
Oh, yeah. Do a fucking review.
And no, Kelly, she was looking at Dave when she was saying that. So
definitely. That was definitely a passive aggressive thing towards towards the handler over here. Literally, the handler. Get it? Because of the hand. Do you get it?
Good stuff. Good
Stop.
stuff. Oh my god.
Facebook remains such a piece of screenshot your review before you hit done. Apple will take sweet ass time uploading and DM us pick on Instagram and Twitter and tell us your chance to give you love of the show. And Jennifer Lopez or Hank or Edith or Mama or somebody fun will read your review word for word on our next episode. And that, as they say, is that.
Alrighty. Well, thank you, Miss Lopez. It's always a pleasure.
It's exhausting being me.
I 100% believe that. So, have a good week.
Bye!
Oh, all right. So, like we said, next week we're covering the next 2 episodes of Mando. Looking a little bit forward in the future, we're talking about Dark Side of the Moon the week after that.
That's right.
Great fucking Pink Floyd album. And then we're going right into the Bad Batch finale and more Mando. So that's what we're looking at for about the next month or so. Again,
So
follow.
when we do Dark Side of the Moon, how we doing that? Like, are we just gonna do history? Like, what can the listener expect when we talk about?
Okay, just thinking off the top of my head, we would go into the album's development. We're going to talk about Pink Floyd up to that point, like what they had already put out up to then,
Okay.
where they were in their careers. Talk about Dark Side of the Moon. Really break down, like talk about the individual tracks. I think we'll probably do like a top 2 or top 3 favorite songs list.
Okay.
Each from that, and I don't know. I'll figure something out.
All right.
I always do.
Yeah, because I have no clue.
Oh, and of course we have to really dive into the Wizard of Oz thing. Like, at least we got to spend a good 15, 20 minutes talking about that. And
Sure.
yeah, how it came about. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
Bullshit. You've never heard of that?
I have heard it, but I don't know the, like, as I sit here right now, I don't know the details of it.
Okay,
off
well,
the top of my
see,
head.
perfect. Then that's more shit for us to talk about when the time comes.
Yeah.
So, all right, that's it for us, guys. Thank you for joining us as always. It's always a pleasure, always to see so many people in the chat engaging and
Hell yeah.
having conversations without us, basically.
Yes. Yes. Sorry that we can't engage with all of you,
Yeah,
but thank you for listening.
Yes, we have to keep the show going. But yeah, it was a blast as always. Thank you again, and until next time, Dave and everybody else, may the force be with you.
The force be with you.
Oh, I think my pill's kicking in.
Oh, hell no. What about a click?
All right, and that's that.
What's that that monster? It's like the what was that show? It had like the masturbation monster or something. What the fuck was that?
Oh, one of those weird animated shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
How the girl told like this?
It wasn't the guy from the Power Teen Hunger Force.
No. Nah, it's Meatball. Similar. Talk similar. Fuck, I can't remember. Damn it.
All right. Well, my pill's kicking in, so we
All
got
right.
to go.
We're gonna eject.
Yes. Thanks, everybody.
Eject.
We love you.
Eject. Eject. Eject.
Good night.
Peace.